All right, before we get too far along in the course, I want to introduce you to all the tools at your disposal as you work throughout the course. And these tools are common to all of our courses. You can view the course features in this box to the right, and many of the course features are available on this top toolbar. Now, for each course feature, if you click on it, you'll get a little instructional video on that feature. All right, so let's first take a look at the course scheduler. And just to show, it's up on the toolbar as well. So let's click on that and see what this is all about. Now, most of us have busy lives, and the course scheduler helps you to set up a schedule for your course, when you can work on it, evenings, weekends. And most of us get pretty busy, and these types of things can fall by the wayside. The course scheduler is going to set up some structure for you, something you can hold yourself to and work towards, and you can even get notifications on your schedule. So we have our course, we set a time zone and a start date. So let's click next, and that will take us to availability. All right, so basically, you can determine the number of hours you want to study each day. So most of us have a little bit more time on the weekend, so I'll set this up accordingly. Ultimately, based on these study times per day, it's going to set up a schedule for you. Throughout the whole course, you'll be able to chart your progress and see where you should be to the completion of the course. And these times are in hours. And let's say Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you have a lot going on in the evening, just a half hour. Again, a little bit more time on the weekend for most of us. Let's click next. And there you go. Based on our inputs, the scheduler lays out a schedule for you all the way through the course to its completion. Let's check out reminders. So you can set up email reminders just to provide yourself a little bit extra motivation. And finally, after you've configured it the way you like it, you can create the schedule. Now let's talk a bit about quizzes and learning activities. Each section, apart from the introduction section, is going to have at least one learning activity and a quiz. This will really push you to gain a mastery of each section as you build throughout the completion of the course, working toward passing the certification exam. And at the end of the course, there is a final practice exam with scenario questions, much like what you will see on the real exam, and same number of questions and time limit. It's really supposed to prep you for the actual certification exam. Passing our final practice exam is a good indicator of where you're at. Now, our question pools have 150% of the number of questions that are on the exam. So you can take the exam multiple times and not run into all of the same questions each time you take it. All right, now let's talk about flashcards. On the toolbar, you can click the Flashcards tab, and I have created a deck of flashcards. And you certainly can view this deck, and this deck will help you nail down key concepts for each section of the course. You can also fork this deck and add to it, and you can create your own set of flashcards. In my experience, I try to fork a good deck that's available, add to it, and maybe I create a smaller deck for myself. If there are really some key points that I'm struggling with, I'll create a smaller deck for myself and make sure I master those key points. Meanwhile, I'm still studying the bigger deck from the instructor or from a student who created a great deck. And let's look at the download section. So basically, the download section contains any material that you are going to need in the course. Example being for CloudFormation, your templates will be in the download section. And we see a couple templates here, rolling update templates, We see helper scripts, bash scripts, a deployment file. So again, anytime a lesson references material for the course, you would come to the download section, and if you want to work along with it, download it from here. Now let's talk about community. And community is a great way to interact with other students. A great thing to do is just search community if you're looking for a concept, something on CloudFormation or autoscaling. Just do a search. You'll find a lot of questions and answers. You can also get yourself into study groups for your course, and you can also interact with the instructor. And I really encourage you to use the community to its full benefits. Now, a key point about the AWS community is that there are multiple instructors. The current number right now is 10. If you have a question and submit it on community, your chances of getting that answered quickly and getting a great answer are very good. The instructors review questions in community at least twice a day. Another cool thing about community is that you can view questions from other courses, other AWS courses. You can view questions from DevOps or Linux, Google Cloud, Azure. So it can be really a great learning tool, and it may spark your interest in other courses. Now, one last thing, you can join or create your own study groups for the course. So those are the tools available to you throughout the course, and I encourage you to use those tools to their fullest. It will really help you in your preparation for the AWS Certified DevOps Pro exam. And if you have any questions, start using community, and that'll be a good way to get your feet wet. So with that, we'll end this lesson. Mark it complete, and let's move on.